joining us now on Newsnight is Simon Reef. He's a public affairs commentator. Thank you so much for joining us on the news.
Good joining you, Adesua.
Great.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is insecurity becoming a tool in power struggle between those Nigerians that have elected to protect them? Because that seems to be the debate, the politics of security.
Well, I think I will rather prefer to say it is politics, because
Politics,
because there are so many tricks in the whole insecurity situation in this country. Because looking at what has happened in the last 20 years or so, since Boko Haram started sometime in 2009, if we had a political will to really deal with the situation, we wouldn't have been having what we are having now. But again, I can assure you that since the emergence of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023, he's tried to throw everything into the fire to make sure that he gets a bit of a sense in tackling insecurity in the country. But because politics is involved, people are finding it very difficult. Because to some people, they prefer to have Nigeria being confronted with insecurity because it serves their purpose. So that at the end of the day, they say, oh, the man is not delivering on his electoral promises. We had Buhari, who in the last 8 years virtually did nothing in tackling insecurity. Now, when Tinubu came in,
that's for a fact, because when you look at the budget, there was an increase in budgets even under the Buhari administration for security. So when you say he did absolutely nothing,
when you talk of nothing, you see, when you talk of budgeting, how much of that money is deployed in ensuring the security of Nigerians? That is a question. It's not all about the huge quantum of funds you appropriate for defense. I'm telling you this from the backdrop that in these 8 years, we had so much attacks, so many things happened, and we didn't see nothing much. But again, I can assure you, today we have been told that the military has neutralized over 60 terrorists in Borno State. That is not to say that that is all what we expect from the Tinubu administration. We need him to do more. It's not adequate enough, but it's better than the past. We saw the Financial Times. If you read the editorial that was published May 27, they came out very, very clear that Tinubu has put this country in a good shape. I'm telling you against the backdrop of coming from the southern part of Kaduna State. Because in the last 8 years of the Buhari administration, we so much devastated, there were so much killings, there were no answer to all of those things. But I think now, in the last 2 years, I can tell you confidently that we've had a sort of peaceful coexistence. But that doesn't mean we should give less emphasis to places that are suffering from insecurity, like Plateau, like Jos. Of course,
the North Central region.
The North Central region. Because the amnesty has come up to say, oh, about 10,000 were killed in the last 2 years. And the military and the NSA said, no, it's not true. So we have a kind of a contestation between both the government and the Amnesty International. But for any fear of contradiction, I assure you and tell you that the Tinubu administration has done well compared to his immediate predecessor.
So how do you then ensure that this politics, as you put it, of insecurity does not continue? I mean, who stands to benefit from all of this politics, and how do we put a stop to it? Because we're playing with people's lives.
Yes. Now, the people that stand to benefit from this politics are rogue element in the security sector. There are people that are also conspiring with terrorists. When in 2019, the former Minister of Defense, General T.Y. Danjuma, said some military elements are colluding with terrorists, and he called for self-defense. It took years after for the military high command to tell us some 2 weeks ago that there are foreign herdsmen that are killing Nigerians. And just this week, we were told that they've arrested over 35 security personnel that were involved in giving information and selling arms to terror gangs. All that tells you that under all those things, there are people that are compromising the security of Nigeria, both in the military and otherwise. I met a general. He's not a serving general. He has seen it all. He's risen to the top. He told me, as long as you resolve the political aspects of insecurity, then definitely you will resolve the whole problem. And that is why when the DSS just recently, some time ago, said what we need is community policing. Let the communities that are besieged, let the communities that are under attack be involved in providing first line of defense. And Nigeria didn't want to know, oh, how will this thing be? They simply came out and condemned that very position. Okay. But the truth of the matter is, we have not enough boots on the ground. And for you to insist that the security of this country will be given to those people that don't have enough boots on the ground, then I think you are simply daydreaming. Okay. So we need to look into that also. Well, it's not all about boots being on the ground. Thank you so much, Simon Reef, for being on the news tonight. Public commentator, for sharing your insights on the politics of security.